Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as we saw in the previous two videos, we have discussed how to use the positive and negative remainder and how to use the cancellation method. So in this video, we are going to learn how to solve power based question. Meanwhile, if you haven't seen my first video and second video, please check this link here and try to watch those first two videos. Then it should be better for you to understand these questions in this video. Okay. This question, how to solve power based question. The question is 43 to the power 97 divided by 7. Now this is very basic question which we have seen earlier in the second video as well. So the terms are 43, 43, 43, and that is 97 times whole divided by 7, which means I need to divide 43 by 7, 43 by 7, 97 times. Now this division 43 by 7 leaves me a remainder of 1. That means the remainder is 1 each time I divide 43 by 7, that is 97 times. Now 1 multiplied 97 times is 1 again, that gives me 1 by 7, and the remainder of 1 by 7 is 1, right? Now if you look at this calculation here, this question becomes very easy when we get 1 as the remainder in each case, because irrespective of what is the power here, I can multiply 1 as many times as it is required. Even if the power here was 125, even if the power was 1000, it doesn't matter because I can multiply 1 as many times as it is required. Fine. Let us see how it exactly helps in the further questions. Check this question now. 51 to the power 103 divided by 7. Now this means 51 is to be multiplied 103 times in the numerator and then divided by 7. Now 51 divided by 7 leaves me a remainder of 2 in each case, right? But will we be able to calculate the multiplication of 2 103 times? Yes, we might be, but that will take a lot of time. So to avoid that, we will have to think of something else. Now there's a reason why I'm writing this 2 these many times. Now see, because 2 is not helping us, right? 2, I cannot multiply 2 103 times. So as we did in the previous question, we will try to get 1 or minus 1 in the numerator. Now see, if I combine or if I form a group of 3 2's together, that gives me 8, isn't it? 2 into 2 into 2 is 2 cube. So can I say 2 cube, 2 cube, 2 cube, and this will happen some number of times divided by 7, right? Now 2 cube is nothing but 8. Now 8 divided by 7, the remainder is going to be 1, right? So that is exactly why I preferred the group of 3 2's together. Now this is by practice you will realize how many numbers in the numerator should be combined so that I get a remainder of 1 or minus 1. Now here I am combining 3 of them. So that leaves me with 8, 8, 8. But I need to check how many these two cubes are possible. So how do I decide that? I decide that by the power. The power of the numerator is 103 and power here is 3. So divide 103 by 3. Now this will give you a quotient. The quotient here would be 34 and the remainder here is 1. Now what do you understand by this quotient 34 and remainder 1? That means this 2 cube is multiplied total 34 times, and then this remainder 1 means that is 1 power of 2 is left out. Okay, please understand this concept here. I have changed the numerator terms here. The first thing it was 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 103 times, and then I changed it. I made it 2 cube multiplied 34 times. Okay, what is 2 cube? 2 cube is 8, so I can write 8 is multiplied 34 times, right, into 2 to the power 1 divided by 7. Fine. Now each time I divide 8 by 7 34 times, I will get remainder 1 in each case, because 8 divided by 7 the remainder is 1. So here I get remainder 1 34 times, and 1 I can multiply 34 times, that will give me a remainder of 1. Then 2 to the power 1 is 2 itself, divide by 7, that leaves me 2 by 7, and 2 by 7 the remainder is 2. Fine. So what we did here is, I mean, we got the answer, final answer is 2. So what we did here is, because in the beginning, in the first step, if I have to show it to you with the different ink, that would be better. In this step, remainder was coming out to be 2 in every step. So that 2 is not helping out me because I cannot multiply 2 103 times. So then I thought of a different scenario. I thought of grouping 3 2's together. Why? Because if I group these 3 2's together, I get 8 as a total. And then if I divide that 8 by 7, I am going to get 1 as my remainder, and that is what I wanted. So I grouped these 3 2's together. So that is 2 cube, 2 cube, 2 cube. But how many times is it possible? To check that, I will have to divide the powers. So I divided 103 by 3. When I divide that, I got the quotient equal to 34 and the remainder equal to 1. Now what does that mean? That 2 cube is possible 34 times here, right? And then there is one power left, so it is 2 to the power 1 left. Now 2 cube is nothing but 8, so it is 8 to the power 34, right? And then 2 to the power 1. Now 8 divided by 7 34 times. It is going to give me remainder of 1 34 times, which is nothing but 1 again, right? So 1 into 2 is 2. 2 by 7, the remainder is 2. Let us solve one more question with different approach here. The question is again power based, but we have a different approach. Let us see. 4 to the power 96 divided by 6. Now this definitely means 4 is to be multiplied 96 times, right? And then divide by 6. But each time I divide 4 by 6, I get 4 itself as the remainder, right? Because 4 is smaller than the denominator. So 4 itself is the remainder, which is 96 times. Once again, I cannot really multiply 4 96 times here, right? So I will have to again look forward to a method where I get 1 or minus 1 as the remainder. Now let me like we did in the previous question, we had formed some groups, right? So if you try forming groups here, let us see if it works or not. So 4 into 4 is 16. 16 divided by 6, the remainder is 4. 4 into 4 into 4, the group of 3 4's together, it's 64. 64 divided by 6, the remainder is 4 again. So I'm not getting either 1 or minus 1, right? So the forming groups is not working out. So what do we do then? We will approach in a different method here. Why? Because if you remember, we have learned cancellation. Now this is the moment where we use cancellation in the power based questions. How? Instead of writing 4 to the power 96, I will write 4 into 4 to the power 95 divide by 6. I hope there should be no doubt in this, right? And then as we did in the cancellation part, I am going to prefer cancelling a term in the numerator and denominator by a factor of 2. So this will make it 2 and this will make it 3. Now the new question here is 2 into 4 to the power 95 divided by 3. Now the moment I do this, I realize that I am going to get either minus 1 or plus 1 as the remainder. So see, 2 divided by 3, the first term here, right? 2 divided by 3, the remainder in this case is going to be 2. So it's very simple. And then 4 to the power 95. Now 4 is divided by 3 95 times, and each time I'm getting 1 as the remainder, which means 1 multiplied 95 times is 1 itself. That gives me 2 by 3, and 2 by 3, the remainder is 2. But is it my answer? No, it is not, because I had preferred cancellation in this step here, right? So to take care of that cancellation, my answer needs to be multiplied by 2 once again, because I had divided by 2 in the numerator and denominator. So answer is with nothing but 2 into 2 equal to 4. So this was a question which was asked in CAT examination 2003, which is very simple. And one thing guys, if I tell you a shortcut about this question, you'll be surprised that we would not require anything to do like this. There's a shortcut for this question available. See, 4 to the power 1 divided by 6, 4 to the power 2 divided by 6, 4 to the power 3 divided by 6, 4 to the power 4 divided by 6. So if you try every number, it is nothing but 4 divided by 6. It's nothing but 16 divided by 6, and this is 64 divided by 6, and this which is how much? It is 256 divided by 6. So if you try dividing all these powers by 6, every time the remainder that you get is 4. You can check it on your own. the remainder that you get is 4. So this question could have been solved by analyzing the pattern as well. So if you analyze the pattern here, you divide any power of 4 by 6, the answer always coming out to be 4, which means even if the question is 4 to the power 2018 divided by 6, still the answer is going to be 4, because that's the pattern that we have come up with, right? Quite a simple question. Let us try further with new questions. The question here is 7 to the power 2015 divided by 9. Now once again, here 7 is to be multiplied 2015 times, right? Which we are not obviously going to do it, and then divided by 9. Now each time I'm getting 2 as a remainder here, right? So let us see what happens. Now 2 into 2 into 2, I'm getting the remainder, right? How many times? 2015 times divided by 9. So here this 2 is multiplied again n number of times. Now since I have 9 in the denominator, I will again try to form groups. If you form the groups of first 3, it gives you 8, right? Again 3, it gives you 8, and 8 divided by 9, the remainder is going to be either plus 1 minus 1. I hope you got the answer already. The remainder in each group is going to be minus 1. Let us verify it once. So can I say this is 2 cube, 2 cube, right? The groups together multiplied some number of times, I don't know how many, we'll have to find out that as well. Divide by 9. Let us see how many times do I need to multiply 2 cube. So how do we find that? You divide the powers 2015 by 3. If you divide this, the quotient is 3 6 18, and then 3 7s 21, 3 1s 3, and the remainder is 2 here, which means in this case this 2 cube is multiplied 671 times, and then there is one there, the remainder is 2 there, which means there's 2 powers are left, which is 2 square divided by 9. Now 2 cube is nothing but 8, so which means 8 to the power 671 into 2 square divided by 9. Now here each time I divide 8 by 9, the remainder is going to be plus 8, but I will prefer minus 1, because 8 divided by 9, the remainder is plus 8 or minus 1. So I'm going to consider minus 1 as the remainder. So here minus 1 is multiplied 671 times, right? Minus 1 is multiplied 671 times, and then 2 square is 4. I'll keep it 4 now, okay? Divide by 9. Now minus 1 multiplied 671 times is minus 1, because that is odd power. So minus 1 into 4 is minus 4. So minus 4 by 9 is my final step, wherein again the numerator is smaller than the denominator. So minus 4 itself is the remainder. Okay, but as we know, we never answer the questions in negative remainders. So minus 4 remainder means it should be plus 5. So the final answer should be plus 5 for this question. This might look a bit lengthy one, but if you follow it step by step on your own, you will realize that it takes hardly 30 to 40 seconds to solve the question. The only thing we do here is the decision to form groups, right, or cancellation is the step that decides how much time you will require to solve this question. We will solve one more cat based question. The question says 2 to the power 256 divided by 17. Okay, now here the moment you read the question, you should be able to analyze the numerator terms. Okay, 2 is multiplied 256 times and then divided by 7. Now the divisor here is 17, okay, not 7, 17. Now quickly you should be able to analyze 2 to the power 4 is 16, right? So which means if I form the groups of 4 2's together, that is going to help me out. So let us write it down. 2 to the power 4 some number of times divide by 17. Now that some number of times can be solved quickly by dividing powers. 256 by 4, right? This gives me quotient is equal to 4 6 24 and 4 4 16, which means there is no remainder. That means 2 to the power 4 multiplied 64 times divided by 17 is my calculation. Now 2 to the power 4 is 16. So 16 to the power 64 divided by 17. Now each time I divide 16 by 17, the remainder is positive 16 or negative 1. So I will prefer negative. So minus 1 to the power 64 divide by 17. Now minus 1 to the power 64, the power is even, which means it will be 1 by 17. So the remainder is 1 in this case. See, now we'll solve one last question, which is 15 to the power 23 plus 23 to the power 23 divided by 19, which is nothing but 15 is to be multiplied 23 times plus 23 is to be multiplied 23 times, right, and whole divided by 19. Pardon my line here. Then uh, yes, so each time I divide 15 by 19, I think by now you should be able to clearly tell me the remainder should be minus 4, right, or plus 15. So I will prefer minus 4. Why? I'll tell you in the next step. So this is going to be minus 4 minus 4 minus 4, total 23 times, plus here 23 divided by 19, the remainder is plus 4. Okay, so this is plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, total 23 times, and whole divided by 19. That is the reason why I preferred minus 4 in the first case. Now see, this means it is going to be minus 4 to be multiplied 23 times. This is 23, and then plus 4 to be multiplied 23 times, whole divided by 19. Now this is the step which defines a solution very quickly. I'll give you an example before I conclude this question. See here. So if I write down minus 2 to the power 3 and plus 2 to the power 3. What is the addition of these two numbers? Minus 2 to the power 3 is nothing but minus 8 plus 8. The addition is 0. Let me take one more example. Okay, so minus 3 to the power 3 plus 3 to the power 3, okay, which is nothing but minus 27 plus 27. It is going to be 0. So this works out only when the powers are odd. Okay, and that's why this question is defined this way. So here in this question, minus 4 to the power 23 and plus 4 to the power 23, the powers are odd here as well, which means the addition of these two numbers is going to be 0. So 0 divided by 19 is the calculation, which means the remainder is 0 again. See, this was a very simple question, but many could not solve this because it was new for many of them. So yes guys, we have learned the almost everything, every part of remainder, and we have learned the remainders, we have learned the basics of it, we have learned the moderate questions and the difficult ones as well. Okay, I would like to tell you one thing, only practice makes you perfect. So practice as many questions as you can, and we will keep on learning new concepts every video by video. And yes, tell me if you have any doubts, if you understood or not the concept that we have seen in this video. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.